All right, today we're going to do some gaming online, I think, with another YouTuber, Master Mobile. I'm not 100% sure what their in-game name is. The last time I saw him in game, it was actually Smokey Jr., so we'll see how it goes here. I'm going to set up a private room here, and hopefully they'll join us here in a second. We'll see how this goes, discuss strategy with them a little bit, and then maybe get a match going. I don't really know how well these created rooms work because I've actually not played in one yet. But we got time to wait. Plenty of Super Mansion to watch in the meantime. Bowl of smoke. Just put you on pause until we find somebody here. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. It's looking like I haven't gotten a reply from the other person off of YouTube yet. Understandable. I took a little bit more time than I thought I would before we were able to get to know a match. And hell, for all I know, these recording software allows you to kind of link together and all record it all at once. I haven't really played with it yet. I'm just playing around with this new one. But so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start up a match. However, before we do that, I thought I would just go over a couple of the brief tips that I think every new player should really have. Because I've been watching some of the people's games out there, and it seems like there's still a few things that people don't quite understand. Now, I know this game is a lot like Dead by Light. I looked at their website. It looks like a hell of a lot of fun. In fact, I think I'm going to buy that game here recently and maybe try and stream some on it once I figure it out. I've had a few suggestions from people on other games to play. Like, I believe one was Milk Choco. I tried to play it. I'm going to have to play with it some more. I could not figure out the controls on it. For some reason, I couldn't get the game to fire. Although I wish I would have recorded the first match, because for somehow I ended up getting MVP and killing all kinds of people just by throwing grenades the entire time and hiding in a corner, apparently. But back to this game. The few pointers that I just wanted to point out. First of all, if you think the killer is chasing you, or you were just attacked by the killer, the last thing that you want to do is run towards all the other players' names on the screen. The killer cannot see the other players' names during the matches, so he relies on just seeing a player or hearing noises, which the game indicates to him as like a red frame in the background, so he knows which direction to run into. Now, I know it's hard sometimes to know whether or not the killer is actually chasing you. Totally understandable. Another thing that you want to do is, if you can't get the circle down on the generators, and you're continually missing it, and you're popping the generators and making them explode, run away from the generators. Spend all your time on the game running in a circle, big circle on the map, and just trying to get the killer's attention. You'll do more that way than you will anything else. Or if you can't get the white spot on it, at least get the red spot. The red spot doesn't cause an explosion. I don't think it really, it doesn't help any extra, but it doesn't hinder the progress of the other players. Sorry, I had a little speck there on my screen. It was bothering me. Now, also, watch out for the crypts. I see a lot of people going for generators. They're in corners by crypts and things. Your best bet is, if there's some fencing next to a generator, unless you're really familiar with the map and which direction you should be pointing, and that your enemy can be coming from, the killer, avoid those corners. Go for the generators that are out in the open, because you can see the killer coming from a long ways away. Also, and I've noticed this a lot with people, and you'll notice that the more you play, the more comfortable you get with this. If you're working on a generator, the killer cruises by, and you're still working on the generator, don't run the second that you see him. Sometimes the other players will run, they'll distract the killer, you can continue working on the generator and you can get a lot further on it. I always wait until the last possible second because you can always play the keep the generator between you and the killer game when you're going on with these. But for now, since it's been a while, it's been, I'd say about 15 minutes now. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to look for some random players and see if we can fill this room up. And actually, I am going to go ahead and try and fill this room up. I've never actually had a full room on a created match yet. It usually either glitches out or it won't fill the room up all the way. I kind of don't like to be in a room where it's my character's name because the killer then either has it out for you or they avoid you. They know that you're going to play him. Might as well say hi. It's funny when you get a lot of men in black. I think a lot of people choose that character right off the bat because they think that the dark colors will help them hide, which they probably do. I mean, I've played as the killer. I just don't like that guy's special abilities. I mean, he's kind of weak. The first girl I picked was also the same. I wish I would have noticed this girl's special at that point. Let's see here. Oh. Uh-oh, there we go. This killer's usually a tough one, too. We'll see how this match goes. We're just going to play it straight. I might try and bait him. I might just go for the Jennies. We'll see how the other players are. It's going to be an interesting. Let's get you over there. Especially because I have a glare. This one's okay. This generator has really only got one direction that the killer can come from. Off to the left is a side where he has to come from that front to cut over and get there. Off to the right appears to be a corner, but really he kind of has to circle around that tomb to get to you. And it's a big waste of time if you're the killer. Now here comes another player that doesn't appear to be getting chased. Let's see what he's going to do. He's confused. He's not quite sure what he's supposed to do. Oh, this darn pollen out here has got me itchy. Alright, here we go. I doubt you can hear my TV in the background, or I should say my computer, but I'm watching a little Super Mansion as I play. So, sorry if that's a little loud. Okay, here comes somebody running, probably from the killer. Let's see. Nope, the killer appears to be MIA right now. This one's a good generator. It's right by the door. You can get a nice view of this walkway to the left and the open spot to the right. The only way to really come at you. If he hugs the wall on the right, he could sneak up on you theoretically. This is also a good spot because you'll be overlooked by the killer a lot. They'll just walk right by you, not realizing that you're crouched down behind it. So at least the killer is active because I see somebody's been injured so far. I was kind of wondering. They're not that good though, because a good killer would have already hit him and probably caught up with him afterwards, knocked him down and hooked him. Especially the crowbar guy, I don't know what he's called. He appears to be a real butt kicker. I picked the Jason looking one, of course, to start pumping my points into, so now that I'm committed, I'm going to stick with it. So we might as well get this guy off the hook after we clear off this generator, because sometimes they can die really fast in the game. Okay, I see someone else. No, I don't see anyone else. Let's see if the killer's around here. Yes, he is. Let's see if we can distract him. Oh, he's not going to play that. Oh, maybe he is. Maybe we'll get him distracted for the rest of the game. Yeah, at least he nicked me. He's feeling better now. Let's see if this guy's going to get away. All right. Now he's got himself occupied again. We can get on out of here. Cover our tracks a little on our way. And maybe get the rest of the generators up. Okay, that one's already up. This is one. I do not like this one. It's got a hook behind it so a body can appear at any time. The killer on the left and right, though, has to come around the corners to get to you, but you are trapped in this corner. Once you lay into it, you're done. This is a dead-end corner right here. There's another generator that's far off to the left on the other side of the courtyard that's also a dead-end death trap. I avoid it all the time. And there's one tomb in the map that has an open door. I've never seen a reason to go in it other than to get yourself killed. Because once you're in that, you're backed up against the killer. The game doesn't really let you run through the killer so much as the killer can run through you. Now, at the same point, I've ran right through the killer or right past the killer while they're swinging at you and they've missed. We've got 2 people about to die, but the way this guy's going, if I don't get these generators up, we're not getting out of this map. And I've got this one. This is a very nice generator because at this angle, the killer cannot sneak up on you. He has to come from pretty much the front and either cut off to the right or come through the opening that's right in front of you. I assume there's another person on the map right now either working on generators or getting people off of these hooks, because I already unhooked you once, dude. Once you're there, you better get yourself going. Yeah, I think one of the players actually quit, the one where the plug's at, because that sure doesn't have a name underneath it anymore. So that means doubly that I need to get this thing going, because the killer's out there on the map right now looking for me, if he's smart. And as soon as that other player dies, yep, they're definitely going to be looking for me now. Okay, now the big problem is there's only 2 doors and not very far away from each other. If he's on one, I can't quite run to the other one fast enough. Okay, I don't see him around yet. Means we may get out of this still. I expect him to come up and hit me at any moment. Nope. There's no one else to rescue. Later, guys. So-so match.